Hello, I hope you're having a great day. So I have an order for a bouquet today, and then I don't have a lot of orders. Tomorrow I have a big order, but I'm not going to cut my zinnias today so that I have a lot of zinnias for that order. And then I might look around and harvest a few other things, but I'm mainly going to do some mowing, some weeding, and cleaning up as much as I can. And then it gets really hot this afternoon. So I might do some harvesting though. I see some snapdragons down there. But I do want to have a lot of flowers for tomorrow morning to harvest because I'm harvesting for like a wildflower wedding. I'm not putting the arrangements together. A professional's doing that. But I want them to have plenty of pretty flowers for my garden. So I'm just going to wait to do all of that harvesting. There's something about just freshly mowed and weed-eated spaces. They look so tidy and neat. I love it. I weed-eated around all of my gardens, and I mowed around all of these, and I mowed a little bit of the dog park, most of it. I just did 2 laps. I usually do 3, and then I didn't mow the rest of it. My dad usually does that, and I mowed down by the ditch. So it's looking a little bit better, a little less weedy around here. You can actually see the ends of my fabric again and the wood that's holding it down. This looks a lot nicer. I did blow off some of it too, just because I wanted some of the seeds to maybe not make it to my garden. And then I blew off some of these too. Some of my peonies aren't looking so good. I hope they come back next year strong. Looks like I could do some weeding today. I should probably harvest some stuff, and then I have a bouquet to make. I just love it when it's all, the grass is all cut and it looks all fresh. Well, it rained for just a little bit. I'll take it. Yay! I love to see the rain, especially after I got it mowed and weed-eated. That's awesome. I'm inside. I'm just kind of cleaning up some cosmos and getting some stuff ready for tomorrow for my delivery. And then I had my bouquet order that I'll throw up on the screen. And I might have another bouquet order. I'm getting confused via text message. But anyway, I'm going to go inside and clean up the cosmos. It is a hot day today. It's supposed to be up to 88 and it's really humid now that it rained. And I was going to weed, but it really cools off. And I thought, why kill myself? It's going to cool off and I can do that later. The story of my life. Now that it's August, I feel like I'm always putting off weeding. But this is when I should be. But I got a lot of the weeds out of all of those rows that I wanted to. I just need to weed a little bit of the yarrow and put some stuff in holes this fall. I'm so excited. I hope next year everything comes up and there's less weeds. It'll be my 3rd year. They say on your 3rd year the weeds start to go down. So we'll see if that's true or not. I have a feeling. But we'll see. It's getting better every year. Okay, so excuse the mess, but I brought some cosmos in and I was going through them, and it made me remember a post I saw when somebody said, "What aren't you doing this year?" And I was blown away at the amount of people that are not going to do zinnias or cosmos. I love both of them. I know zinnias are dirty and they kind of muck up the water and make it smell bad, but if you don't use too many of them, they do say they kill dahlias, and I don't have dahlias, so maybe that's one thing. I really like zinnias popped into bouquets. I just think they're so pretty. And then cosmos. I absolutely love cosmos, and I get why people don't like them because they die. So if you want, these probably don't look that good. I just pulled them out of the cooler, but I was gonna just go through what I do with cosmos. I know when I very first started this year, I was putting cosmos in when they were open, because of course it's prettier, and when they go to pick up their bouquet, it's prettier. But even like my own dad was like, I don't like that flower, it died right away. And it's because I put it in the bouquet to open. If you put a cosmos that's just opening and maybe has like starting to open, and it opens on customers, I found that they're like, oh wow, like it's a flower I didn't even have when I bought it, and now here it is beautiful in the bouquet, and then it lasts a long time. So I have this bucket. I pulled it out of the cooler because I'm actually going to do some testing. This bucket is, I'm not going to put these in anything. I just picked new ones, and it's what made me think of it. Let me see. So I picked these on 8-9 and stuck them in the cooler. And of course some of them opened and died, and that's fine because I cut big stems. So let me find one here. Here's one. So I'm going to take this cosmos, and I kind of want to do some testing of my own. So 8-9 and it's 8-24. So if I had just cut this cosmos out of the field, that would be so pretty. I mean, it's just magical because they just bounce and they dance in a bouquet, and it still looks really pretty coming out of the cooler that way. But what I like to do, and this one I'm hoping is close enough. Let me see if I can make sure you can see it. See how it's kind of starting to open? See that? How it's kind of starting to open? So if you put that in a bouquet, in a couple of days, that will turn into that. So what I like to do, like even with florists that haven't used cosmos a lot, I'll pick it just like this, with one open and one not open. And I will say, if you arrange this in your bouquet, cut this one off, and this will be a surprise to the customer later, and then it does last. And these also just look really neat. So now these, if you can see them, they haven't even started to open, and I don't really ever see these open. I don't know if there's a hydrating solution you could use to get them to open, but I don't think these will open. But look how cute. I mean, they're really cute in a bouquet. Just that star, like they're just a pop of like textural interest. So they work too, and even if this one didn't open, it would just be textural interest. So in my bouquets, just so people aren't disappointed, sometimes I'll put them in like this at the farmer's market, and I'll say, this one's probably gonna wilt in a couple of days, just pop it off and you might be surprised by the other one. And people have seemed very happy with that approach. And that's straight out of the field. So that's when I use cosmos straight out of the field. And these cosmos I picked on 8-9, put them in the cooler, and now I'm gonna pull them out and I'm gonna start cutting off the old ones, and I'm just going to test to see if the same rings true after being in the cooler for 2 weeks. I mean, it's been 15 days, so 2 weeks. So I'm just chopping off the bottom of this one, and I'm just gonna stick it in this vase here, and then I'll keep you updated throughout the week on how it does. Like when this dies, I'll pluck it off, and then we'll see if that other one opens, and then we'll see how long it lasts, because I do want to know if I cut these, you know, because sometimes you need a deadhead cosmos so that you get more. So I want to know, can I cut them and then 2 weeks later pull them out of the cooler? I do notice some of my plants are fizzling out, and if I could do this, I would go save all the flowers I could, because I could keep using them for the next 2 weeks. And I have another bucket in there, and I'm going to try it again at the 3 and the 4 week mark. So that's what I'm doing today. And like I said, if I pick this right out of the field and cut this off, this one should open, because its little petal is sticking out and it's already started to open. And then it will give you a lot better vase life. You won't be able to see what it looks like arranging, but I think if you put it in with this in your arranging, those petals are real close to each other, right? And this one, when it gets heavier, is gonna droop a little bit too. So it's gonna have a similar effect. And then, so you could do all your arranging and then just cut this one off. I mean, sometimes I even do that with like a dead one, or with one that doesn't look good. If it has any blooms, this one doesn't, so this one's probably gonna go in the trash. But if it had any blooms right up by it, I would do my arranging with it and then just cut it off. That's what I do with cosmos, and I absolutely love them. I think they give just a magical, like, bouncy, airy. You can, like, tilt them out the side of bouquets and have flowers kind of like waterfalling out of vases, and I really like them. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Okay, so here is my little vase that I'm going to take home with me and test. I've got this one, just has the little pop, and it is tied to this big one. I do have, let's see here, I've got this like white colored one. That one's about spent. That one's about spent. It looks like that is popping up, so we're gonna see if it opens. And then I wasn't sure if these are gonna open or if they're just a different kind of cosmos. I thought maybe they were in the same batch as those, but I don't know why their petals are all curled like that, or maybe they keep coming out and open up. So I'm gonna just see, do they grow? Do they open up? Here is another one that is opening. It has a petal kind of coming out. So we're just gonna see how these do and how they look every day. And we'll see if any of these other ones, like that one has a tiny thing open. Will it open? We'll just have to see how it goes. There's a little yellow one. Oh, they're so cute. But see, like this yellow one is just it. So nothing will probably open on it except for that. So how long does this one last in the vase? How long does this one last? It's already droopy. How long does it last? This one is already done, I think. Or is it still growing petals? I don't know. But then this little bud is kind of looking like it might have started to pop open. So I'm just gonna see, how do they do? What do they look like in a few days? Okay, this one right here is perfect for testing because it is just barely open like that. So that's another way we can test. And then this one, I can't tell if it's partially open or just done. Okay, for my own just documentation, I've got this one. It looks pretty well on its way to dying, but I've got one white one, and then let's see, I've got that one, the petal already fell off, so I've got a little white one down here, so that's two, and then I've got this yellow one, and then this yellow one, and then we'll see if any buds. So I've got two yellow ones and two white ones, so we'll see if any buds open, and we'll see how long these last. I'm guessing they won't last that long. And then I've got these weird wonky ones. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 of the big buds. So, and like this one, I don't even know. It doesn't even have petals. Maybe this is when they're dying, or maybe this is how this one looks. We'll just have to see what happens. And then I added this one, and it doesn't really have an open bud, but I'm gonna see how long that lasts coming out of the cooler. And I'm adding this one because it has kind of an open looking flower and then a really open flower. All right, let the cosmos testing begin. They're gonna sit on this little table inside of my house, and we'll just see if they open up or if they do anything 2 weeks out of coming out of the cooler. I should probably do a test without them going in the cooler, but I kind of know how they work out of the cooler. So don't let this deter you for any reason if they don't open up or something happens, because it might be that they were in the cooler for 2 weeks. But I'm obviously back home, so I am going to call it a day. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.